The mass killing at a U.S. synagogue last weekend draws new attention to the rise of anti-Semitism in the United States and Europe. Hello, I'm Anand Naidu, and this is The Heat. It was the deadliest attack on Jews in U.S. history. 11 worshippers gunned down at the Tree of Life synagogue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania last Saturday. And the U.S. is not alone. Anti-Semitic hate crimes reached a record high in the United Kingdom last year, while Germany reported more than 1,400 incidents over the same period. It's an alarming trend. Why is it happening? We'll put that question to our panel. But first, we begin with this report from CGTN's Jim Spellman.
Before the gunman was even in custody, the motive seemed clear.
7-1 suspects talking about all these Jews need to die.
The shocking attack at a synagogue left 11 dead and a city in mourning.
The Jewish Pittsburgh community is like a family, and I feel personally like an attack on one of us is really like an attack on my own family.
It's the latest in a wave of anti-Semitic attacks across the U.S., around the world, and online.
This was the single deadliest attack on the American Jewish community in our history. And it's incumbent upon us to stand up and to speak out and to say, we will not accept this, not for another minute.
According to the Anti-Defamation League, anti-Semitic attacks in the U.S. rose 57% in 2017. U.S. President Donald Trump is a strong supporter of Israel. His daughter converted to Judaism when she married Jared Kushner, an Orthodox Jew. The alleged gunman in the Pittsburgh shooting posted on social media that he did not vote for Trump and claimed the president was too influenced by Jews. But many on the left blame Trump for creating a political environment where hate thrives.
Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us!
President Trump is supported by racists in the so-called alt-right movement. Critics say he hasn't done enough to denounce hate among his supporters.
If the white supremacists are saying and celebrating what you're doing, that should be a problem for all of us. So I'd like to see him and other electeds across the aisle stand up and shut it down now.
Trump was met by protesters when he traveled to Pittsburgh Tuesday. The city's mayor and many in the Jewish community urged him to stay away. The president visited a makeshift memorial and met wounded victims recovering at a local hospital. A frequent target of right-wing criticism is George Soros, the Hungarian-American billionaire Holocaust survivor who contributes to progressive causes and candidates. The ADL says conspiracy theorists use anti-Semitic stereotypes to portray Soros as mastermind of a globalist plot.
For those who control the levers of power in Washington, and for the global special interest.
Trump targeted him in a 2016 campaign ad.
You know, these attacks, particularly on Soros, are driven largely by his Jewish faith. It's an ancient hatred, and it's no accident that they've made George Soros the symbol of this. And you do see people from the president on down playing on this.
The rise in anti-Semitism is not limited to the U.S. In Hungary, Prime Minister Viktor Orban has also sought to demonize Soros, claiming he is behind a wave of migration into the country. France, Germany, Belgium, and other European nations have seen violent, sometimes deadly anti-Semitic attacks. And in the UK, the Labour Party has been accused of not dealing with anti-Semitism in its ranks.
I acknowledge there is a real problem of anti-Semitism that Labour is working to overcome.
The Jewish community has long found strength in its history of struggle. In Pittsburgh, leaders say they won't give in to hate.
In the end, love will triumph over hate. We won't let it win.
Social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter have cracked down on anti-Semitic content and other hate speech, but the ADL says Silicon Valley must play a bigger role in stopping the spread of online hate. Jim Spellman, CGTN, Washington.